G'day everyone, I'm going to try and do a tutorial today for wallpapers. I was going to initially do a signature one, but I've already got quite a few in the forums, and I haven't seen very many wallpaper ones. I was trying to find the one that I did for DTK a while back, but I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to do a different style. I'll show you an example, and do one like... I'll get back. Sort of like a game one or a film example. So it's got the main area in here. That's kind of what I'm going for. Like this one here. So yeah, things like that. This one was a little different. It's even off as well. Got a similar sort of thing here, the halo render. So I'm just gonna get right in on there, I think. That's the one I was looking for too, and something like that. So let's get into it. Open up Photoshop. Open whatever render you would like to use. I'm gonna go to actually, this one's I was going to use for a signature, so if I go into the DTK folder, let's have a look here. Doing several things at once here. Let me use Lich King render. How big is it? That could do it. So I'm going to go and cut it out. Make a new wallpaper. My size is 920 by 1080, I think. I'll put my resolution at 72. So yeah, he's quite big enough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him down here today, I think. So just resize it. Put in about so he's big enough. You can have him whatever size. I'm going to put him about that. And this is where it starts to get a little tricky, a little bit more fun, I think. For now, I'm just going to put... Actually, I need to resize them a little bit smaller than that. And then bump them up a bit. And then down the bottom, I'm going to go down here and put just a quick any color box. And the same with the top on the same layer. It's just for me. Okay, now that we got that, you can duplicate the layer a few times. So I'll duplicate one layer and move him again, basically till it fills that void, really. So I'm just doing this. I'll put some more color up here from his arms and down there. I'm going to duplicate him once more to where I want him and hide that one. Get all these layers, hold shift, select all of them, press Ctrl E, merges them all together. Now if I hold down Ctrl and select this layer, it'll select the two boxes that I made. So press Ctrl Shift I, it'll select that one area. So if I go back, press delete, I'm going to get rid of the ones on the outside. Control Shift I. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to smudge this with some settings that I'll put onto the forums after. Because it's too much of an effort to go through it on the video. Sorry if I'm just speaking a bit soft, but get off, it's on the phone. So make it a bit bigger. I want to put it on 100, 125 right now, and just mess it up. You might get a bit of white there, so try and smudge down. It's coming from there's nothing down there. This is a harder way to do it, but it can work and it might not work. It depends on what you really feel like doing. So yeah, just try and smudge enough. And you delete those outsiders. So you just have that going. Now I'm making this up as I go along, so I may turn back and not do things. So for now, put him back up. And there he is. I need to move him up because he's out of whack there. So about there-ish. What I'm now going to do is going to duplicate again, just a few times, like that. Keeping the render layer gone, so you got them in the middle there. I'm going to smudge again. This time I'm going to try and keep a little bit of the render in there. I want to get to the middle, switch sides, like so. Yeah. So yeah, going doing that. And then you can delete the outside. You can decide what you want to do. You can either leave it like that, gives a bit more depth, or you can put it on a certain layer. I'm probably going to leave it as normal. Get my render back up. Press Ctrl J once again. Ctrl U, which opens up the hue saturation. Crack up the lightness, so it's just flat color. Filter, pixelate, fragment. Put them underneath the last layer. If you hold down Shift and then press right arrow, it'll move it to the right. Duplicate it again, do the same for the other side. Set that to overlay. So it gives them a sort of fragranty outline, I guess. And now I'm going to go to new layer, image, apply image, filter. This is a very old style that I used to do. So I'm going to smudge him out again. And you really have to do the outside though. Set that layer to 50%, which I also just realised something I screwed up. Yeah, set that layer to 50%. And a small soft eraser. Erase parts of the render that you wish to keep. So, and go. I'll just get rid of the fragment later, sorry, not fragrant chicken, Jesus. So I put it back up, see what I'm doing. I'm going to just smudge here. So yeah, just smudge what you want. So I like that. So I'm going to keep that, so if you notice, it's gone from that to like that, so it's more blended into the background, which is what we wanted. I'm just going to fix this up a bit. There we go. And I'm going to go to down here, make a new gradient map, and put it as the regular, which mine now is white to black, because on the left hand side here, I put it as that by accident. So then just hit reverse. I'm going to set that to luminosity, just gives it a bit more depth. Make a new layer, image, apply image, filter, blur, Gaussian blur of 7, probably on overlay, too dark. So I'm going to go through, the screen gives it that colour dodge is quite nice, it brings out the colour more. I'm going to put that on 80%. If you want, you can delete parts of that. For example, the thing up here is too bright for me. There. Basically the white places are way too bright, so I'm just going to get rid of them. That should be right. It's a slight big difference. Now I'm going to do new, like this isn't, like I said, an older style. Image. I'm going to do color layers first. So gradient map, purple and orange, leave it as normal, overlay, 25, maybe 50%. Yeah, I'm put it on, oops, so 50% on overlay, sort of makes it a bit darker. That's what I like at the moment. I'm just going to make a photo filter. I hated how it does that, sorry. So photo filter, select orange. I don't want to make the density too high. Otherwise it'll just make everything one colour, and it's not cool. Put that in linear dodge, 50%. Make new layer, image, apply image, filter, brush strokes, spread strokes. Default settings is fine, 12.7 right. Erase the image a little bit. So I'm going to go erase top part of his helmet, sleeve some on the sides, not too much. I'm going to show his hands actually. Set that to lighten. Now you can either do that again or press Ctrl J, which will make the layer again. Go filter, brush strokes, spatter, and same settings, 10.5. And set that one to 50%. So now they're starting to look like clouds, and it's good. So I'm going to do, so I think something's missing, so I'm going to do another, I'm going to do curves layer. Put medium contrast, set that layer to 70%. So I'll fix the outside stuff later. For now it's fine. Just gonna test something. You've also made it slightly white. That's because of the background image we were using. I should have made it black, but it's alright. Doesn't really matter. Anyway. It gives it more depth anyway. It's focusing into that image, but we'll just go over it with an S stroke anyway, so you won't see it. So you've done that. I'm going to make a new layer and apply this image. I'm going to go to filter, liquify. I use 12 clockwise tool. 62, 50, 100, 100, and everything else is just the same really, revert. And then just hold down. Make as many or as little as you want, and try and get colour in mind. Let's just do this everywhere. It can be a complete random, or you can have flow, or you can do whatever you want, really. It's up to you. It's your image, it's going on your wallpaper, so do what you like, really. Okay, that's enough for me. Once that's done, I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to go to sharpen. I'm going to sharpen that twice. It looks disgusting. So you put in the razor in. Definitely go over your render because you don't want that sharpened like that. I'm setting this mode to lighten, by the way. So you can delete what you don't like. So, which would be most of it probably for me. I'm going to set the layer to 80%. Now new layer, image, play image. I am going to sharpen again, but only once, and erase this area. I'm also going to set it to 70. It just sort of gives the render a sharper look to most of my signatures now too. Okay, so now we've got that covered. I think it still seems like it's missing something, so I'm just going to play around a bit and do another gradient map. Son of a bitch. Probably gonna put on color 25%. Making a new layer now. Doing another Gaussian blur 4 this time. You could do that if you really like it. It looks okay, but it's got no... It's really just a mosaic sort of thing. Not really my sort of thing. I'm going to put this on lighten. I like it at 100, but there's some parts in there that just don't go for me. If I'm trying to make it look mystical and, you know, so I might just leave it at 100 and just 80%. Alright, I think what I'm just going to do now is add the borders, fix it up a bit, just make it look pretty good, and I think we're going to be done. So I'm going to start with the borders. So I'm going to go like this. Should be big enough. Make a new layer, fill it with whatever colour you want to. I'll make it the orange. I'm just going to duplicate it straight off the bat and then put it down there. Now you can merge them both, or you can do them simple, so then you can have two gradients on two different maps. So I'm probably going to do two different ones. I'll start with bottom. I'm doing inner glow, center. Do a gradient first. And do a overlay, inner glow. I sort of want to give it that magma-y sort of feel, like it's... I think overlay is actually pretty good. 79. If you make it the same colour, it doesn't really work, so just leave it on default. And I'm going to put a pattern on it. This is this fucking weird thing I never use. You change the scale to whatever you want. So I'm going to probably change it to 350%, seems good. Put a stroke on it. I'm not going to put a stroke on it. Yeah, you can put an outer glow on it. You can change the spread, the size, everything. It's all up to you in the end. I like to do that because I like how it looks on the bottom, however it looks shocking down the bottom like that. It just does not fit very well. So, going to crank it. And put it on colour dodge. Because that way if I make the size, it may affect the bottom part. And now I can change the colour. to sort the background a bit. Try and copy that 9C1A. Actually, I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to leave that. Okay. Right click, go, copy layer style. Put on layer 10, which is the top one. So it's now exactly the same on both sides. And if you want to, you can chuck in another gradient map and use the orange to black effect, or actually I might cancel that. I'll open up the black and I'll put in the yellow in his hand and do the gradient layer again, but with that, and put it on reverse because orange to yellow looks better. So now if I put it in, it's going to match the colours that are already in there in the first place. So I can make him put it on overlay, maybe 25, so it sticks to that one solid colour that I liked. If you want to, you can bring up your layer again, just duplicate it and bring it to the top. And you can, sometimes when you do it, you can lighten him, screen, color dodge, which actually shows you the rest of his body if you want it that way. But then the merging doesn't really work that well. But there are some advantages if you put it on light and at 50, 25 maybe. You can still see his outlines, but barely. So I'll put him down 10%. So you can see it slightly. So his body is still there, but it's not, you know, just in your face. So I'll leave it like that. Now just to clean up, just gonna go to the layers again. Because I left a bit out. There we go. Make a gradient map. If you want to completely change the colour, you make a black and white gradient map, put it dark and completely different colour. But that's not what I want. I just leave on luminosity at 50. I'm pretty much happy with that. I don't really know what else I could add to it. I mean, I could go to File, Open, say we'll get, use that one. I could always open up a C4D and put that in too if I wanted to. These are way too small, but need a big one for one like this. So I'm not going to put one in. I like it how it is. It's pretty simple tutorial, especially if you're beginning off. Just showing you how easy it is to make one. All you need to do is just experiment, try with things. If you don't like it, just delete it and then try it again. That's how I've been doing mine. So all we did was start off with one render, and that one render and a bunch of filters can turn into something like this. And you can change the background to whatever colour you want, so you can colorize it, crank that up, saturation. But the problem if you do that is you're going to see the glow that we put in earlier. That's why I'm just leaving it as a normal colour. Yeah, so I'm leaving it as black. And if you want, you can really put some text in there. I just prefer mine simple, so I'm just going to leave it. All I'm going to do, because I'm lazy, is go to my desktop, find, where is it, my art folder, open up, gotta remember where I put it now. Skull edge, open up my PSD skull. And where did I put you? think it's on top. There it is. Close, do not save. Bring you to the top. Oops. I'll put my signature. So you can see the colour change. But anyway. Yep, that's fine. Let's go on there. If you really want to put signature, I don't have my tablet on me, that's why I'm copying it. But anyway. Save that as I am terribly awesome. Put that to your desktop. Okay. File. Save as a JPEG. Okay. Close that off. Set that as desktop background. So there you go, that. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If anybody wants to request some more from me, just put it in the request thread and I will make another one. Goodbye.